You need to give all your worries to God. You need to let it go. You need to release it, and you need to give it to God. God can change your life, but God does it on His timing. It's not when we want it, it's when God wants us to have it. It's when God wants us to improve. It's when God wants us to have a change. It's when God wants us to live out our purpose. It's not when we want it, because we don't know when we want it. And most of the time, when we get the things we want, or if we were given the things that we're wanting, we're not going to know what to do with it. If you're wanting to be a millionaire right now, do you think you know how to handle that? Do you think you would be doing everything you need to be doing with that money? Or you think you'll be partying, going out, spending it, wasting it, blowing it? That's what you'll be doing right now. Do you think if you had that relationship right now, that you'll take care of it, you'll cherish it? Or will you idolize that person so much more than you do God? Now God gotta take it from you because you're idolizing something more than Him. And He's the one that gave it to you. I'm talking about self-experience here. I'm talking from my experience. I've dealt with a lot. And I used to ask God so much, like, God, why do I have to live this life? Why do I have to suffer? Why do I have to have depression? Why do I have to have toxic relationships? Why do I have to work extremely hard to pay my bills? Why do I have to go through this, go through that? And some people are just privileged and they have everything. And they're just born into it. But I'm over here struggling, trying to get it. And I sat and I realized I wouldn't even have known what to do with the things I was wanting if I would have had it at that time. It's sad to say, but honestly, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have known what to do. God has a time for us. God has everything we go through has a meaning. Everything we go through has a next level, has a next season. We have to go through seasons so we can understand certain things, so our mind can grow, so our mind can develop, because most of the time we don't understand things because our mind isn't developed, our mind isn't with God, our mind isn't focused on what it needs to be focused on. When we're so focused on our wants, we're not focusing on what we do have and the goals that we need to complete first before we get to what we want. Because we could want something all day, but if it's not for us, we're never going to get it. God will never give it to us. But as you mature and as you realize that, and as you get close to God, you realize what God has for you. You realize that you're going through certain things because God needs you to understand something. God needs you to realize something. God is the only being that can change your life. Only God can. But you have to realize certain things. You have to realize why you don't have certain things yet. You have to realize that. And I'm understanding that I don't have a relationship right now because I wouldn't know how to act. What I learned from my past relationships is I would not know how to act. I will stop what I have going on to be all about a person, to be all about a man, to be all about a relationship. That's how I acted in my past relationships, and I'm not proud of it. But that's what I learned. and I idolized them, and I was not close with God. And that's what I learned. That's why I always ended up heartbroken. I always ended up in despair and seeking another relationship, another relationship, another relationship. And that's not for me because I don't know how to be in one yet. I'm still learning. I'm on my healing journey. I'm learning how to be in one. I'm not a millionaire because I probably wouldn't spend the money right. I'm just being honest. Well, my past self would not have known what to do. So I had to work hard for everything I had to understand the value of money, to understand the importance. And money, it's not about money or material things, because when we die, we don't take that with us. It's about learning how to handle things on this earth as a human and how God wants us to handle things. He wants us to live a good life. He wants us to feel joy. He does. He does not want us to hurt. But he works the way he works, with his timing. And I am learning that. Y'all, I am learning that he move when he move. He don't move when I ask. He don't move when I want him to. He move when he knows it's the perfect time. And I've had many situations in my life that I look back and I'm like, only God could have done that. And I didn't even know. God is always working. Even when we don't see him, we don't feel him, we don't hear him, he is always working for our benefit. So let God heal you. Let God work. Let God change your life. You have to let him. He's knocking on the door. You just have to answer it. You have to ask yourself, have you prayed? Have you released all your worry, all your stress? Have you released it to God? God is here to help us. He wants to help. He wants to be a part of our journey. He doesn't just want to be in the background working with you. He's still gonna, even if you don't acknowledge him, he's still gonna work with you. But he doesn't want to do that. Now when you don't acknowledge him, when he's in the background, you're going through this and that, and you're thinking you're just going through hell. But no, he has to keep you going through these things so you can realize you need to get close with him. And you are going through this for a reason. You keep going through these relationships for a reason. You keep having the same problem at work for a reason. And he just wants us to acknowledge him and appreciate all the things that he has done. And I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of focusing on all the negative things in my life and what's bad and what's not happening for me. And I'm not even seeing the great things around me. I was guilty of that. I'm still a work in progress. And I'm still walking through faith. I'm walking with faith. And I'm believing in God because that's all we can do. That is all we can do. All we can do is believe in God and have faith. And you will be fine. You will be fine. God has a purpose for you. God has a plan for you. God has a plan for me. And I'm realizing that I don't need to know everything right away. Everything don't need to be, God don't need to check in with me first. And Raven, do you agree with this, that? That's not what he does. That's not what he does. He does not check in with us and ask us if we are okay with A, B, and C, because most of the time we are not going to be okay with it. But he works the way he works, and it's going to be beneficial for us. So release that stress, release that anger, release that bitterness. Pray to God. Get your mind right, get your spirit right, and have your faith. Your faith is what drives you. Your faith is what gets you through the hard times. All you have to do is have enough faith as big as a mustard seed, God said. Just as big as a mustard seed. Just know He's with you. You're never alone. You're never going through what you're going through by yourself. And it can feel like it. It really can. But He is always with us inside. He is always with us. He is always making things move. When we're after we cry ourselves to sleep at night, when we cry and we fall into that deep sleep, wake up in the morning, puffy eyes and all that, God has been working. He's still working. I still have nights I cry. And that's what I have to lock in, and I have to tighten my faith. Because that's also what the enemy wants. The enemy wants you to have no faith so he can temper your mind, and he can drop little seeds in your head and plant thoughts in your head and have you thinking this, that, and third, and have you feeling all type of ways, when God just wants you to have enough faith to know He is with you, and He will clear you. He will give you peace no matter what you're going through. No matter what you are going through, if you have faith in God, He will get you through it. I am learning that, because all 2024 I went through hell, and I was not with God. I did not talk to God. I did not pray, and I felt it. Y'all. I was down bad, and as soon as I gave my life to God, things changed. Honestly, even before I officially gave my mind, my body, and my soul to God, which it's already His, but when I acknowledged Him, even before then, He was working. He was working. But I wasn't close to Him, so I thought it was just negative things. It was just despair. It was just my life is in turmoil. But that wasn't the case. As soon as I got close with God, I realized all of that needed to happen. And God is always with me. God is always working, but He works the way He works. He made a way. When I didn't have any money, quit my job, He made a way for me to not want for nothing. He made that happen until I was able to find a job and, support myself. He is still making a way for me. By the grace of God, God is so good. God is so good. And we need to realize that. We need to appreciate Him. We need to pray to Him. That's all God wants. You don't have to be this holier than thou person to feel God, to feel Jesus. Jesus knows us. God knows us. They know us. They made us. God made you. Jesus died for us. He knows what we're capable of. He knows how we feel. He knows emotions. He knows all of that. He knows what we go through. You do not have to be in church 24/7 to feel God. You do not have to read the Bible 20 times to feel God. You do not have to. Have your faith. Create your own relationship with God. Nobody can tell you how to have a relationship with God. No one can tell you that. That is up to you. God, once you get connected with God, He will tell you what He wants from you. No one can ever tell you your faith is too little. Your faith is too small. No one can ever tell you that. As long as you know you believe in God, that's all that matters. And God will lead the way from there. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another video. And I hope this helps someone. I genuinely really do hope this helps someone. I hope this made someone realize that God is with them always and to talk to Him. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.